even if we want Delhi Capitals to do something, it's beyond them. Chasing, and they had gotten out to such a great start. 6 overs, 69. In a chase of 168, you thought, wow, today Delhi can ensure that they play the ultimate party poopers, but they want to spoil their own party.
No, they never had a party. So it's fine.
It's fine.
It's going back home the same way as you've done in the first 4 or 5 matches. Then you won. There was a spell in
3
which
games,
you won 4 out of 5. And I think those 4 wins are the only wins that you have when you look at Delhi's report card.
Yep. So now, mathematically and even for all practical purposes, Delhi are the first team to be eliminated from the top 4 race, because now they can only get to 12, even if they win their remaining 2 games. So they are the first team, even mathematically, to be out of the top 4 race.
Yes.
And they have only themselves to blame, because they had started off brilliantly. Prabhsimran Singh's 103, we thought 167 was slightly under par total, but Harpreet Brar, what a spell.
Man of the hour.
And Rahul Chahar, the spin twins from both ends. Brar got the wickets of Warner, Salt, then you had Russo and Manish Pandey. Rahul Chahar then stepped in with the wickets of Akshar Patel, and Nathan Ellis then ensured that there was no way back, and Delhi have lost by 31 runs. Punjab have moved to 6th because of this victory now.
6th to 5th.
6th. They can't overhaul RR, no, on net run rate so far, because RR are plus 0.6. That's massive.
Second best.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Punjab have now moved to minus 0.268.
Oh.
So, Punjab are still in it, and they have a return clash against Delhi Capitals in 4 days' time. And their last league game,
That would be in Dharamshala.
yes.
Well, as far as Delhi Capitals go, they could prove to be party poopers for Punjab in that match. Who knows?
Of course, yes. Because remember, Punjab Kings have always done this in the last 4 to 5 IPLs. They stay in contention until the very last game. Used to sharing mics, no? Sorry.
Anyhow, yes.
Yeah. They have always done this.
Absolutely.
4
They stay in
to
contention and they finish at number 6 at the end.
last game, they will squander that opportunity. So that's how Punjab Kings is. But Delhi Capitals, I mean, Harpreet Brar, how could they just fall like a pack of cards
I'm wondering
against
if
them?
Harpreet Brar was too good on the day, or Delhi batters were just Delhi batters as they've been all through the tournament.
Well,
That's my dilemma right now.
However good you are as a bowler, of course you have to give credit. In fact, it's very difficult to discard or discount a century. But for me, man of the match, you can always say if he had not scored, Prabhsimran wouldn't have scored that
Yeah.
100. They wouldn't have reached that score of
167.
Maybe I didn't switch it on. Maybe. So just let me, if I'm audible. Anyway, let me know if So they wouldn't have reached that score of 167. But then the way Harpreet Brar and
Rahul
Chahar, they defended, they bowled, and there was the ball was gripping, the ball was turning, and this was Delhi's home game. They won the toss and they elected to bowl. So they preferred to chase, and they did all the hard work to start with. Got 69 of
6 overs.
Yeah.
first 6 overs.
First wicket fell on 69.
First wicket fell on 69. I think they were
They were
pretty much-
cruising at one point.
Yeah,
Over 10 runs per over.
yeah,
easily.
they were cruising at one stage, and after that they could manage 136, and that too the match was lost. I think the moment they lost, I think
Akshar Patel.
Akshar Patel, it was virtually over at that time. But the way Delhi surrendered today, it was I don't know what Saurav Ganguly, Ricky Ponting, and
Shane Watson.
even David Warner, what they must be 27 ball 54 for David Warner,
Yeah.
and still he ends up on the losing side.
Yep. And let us appreciate Harpreet Brar, because remember, he was bowling round the wicket to the left-hander, basically trying to take on the batters, like saying that, okay, try hit me to the shorter side of the boundary. But that drift, the drift that Harpreet Brar was getting confirmed. And remember, we are all wondering whether it's pitching in line or pitching in line. It was pitching well in line because of the drift, and the batsman played down the wrong line, and that's it. When you have 4 overseas players, Australians, Englishmen and South Africans, who all don't play spin well, this is the risk you carry.
Yeah, and I think Harpreet Brar made the most impact when he got the wicket of David Warner and Philip Salt, because they really got going. David Warner was batting with a strike rate of 200.
Yep.
And I mean, it looked like at the beginning of it that DC might just do it. I mean, they had the batting lineup to, chase the total, but then Harpreet Brar, Nathan Ellis and Chahar really, I mean, overshadowed every single person.
Delhi, yeah. Harshit, what team are you supporting?
You can't fight destiny, let's say. So I was born here, I had to, and I will continue to.
No, but a lot of people, in fact, I was also born in Delhi.
I was also born in Delhi.
See?
Wow, I got
I had better expectations from you guys in that case. Come on, yaar. Where will Delhi Capitals find a support base then?
Because they've not earned that sort of a fan base, or they don't. You have to earn a few things.
Yeah.
And for today's 13th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know.
Another 15 days to go.
No.
If you were
I saw that because somebody was supposed to go for this.
Oh.
So, anyways,
I mean, yeah.
Punjab,
DC.
a couple of Punjabi guys getting. Anyways, Prabh Simran getting a hug from Preeti Zinta. Well, he's earned it.
Absolutely.
Happy owner.
Very. I hope.
Rare occasions when she gets to.
But if we are to, let's say, look at this Delhi batting performance a little closely, I think Delhi batters, non-performance, as has been the case through the bulk of the tournament for Delhi. I think the Delhi batters got a bit unlucky as well today. 2 of the batters got dismissed on umpire's call also. And to the naked eye, it didn't look as convincing as the umpires.
One was Akshar Patel, I guess.
One was Akshar, the other was Mitch Marsh. Mitch Marsh, I thought, was a little more, unlucky to be given out. So that's where I felt that, okay, it's certainly not your day. That's not to take away the fact that the likes of Manish Pandey just didn't apply themselves well. And I think with the kind of momentum that Harpreet Brar had got, it was in the eyes of the Delhi batters that they are not up for the challenge. So yeah, it was more of a surrender. Also, this is the Mitch Marsh dismissal. So again, for the umpire, when he is playing so much across to give this out, I felt this was a little harsh, given the fact that it pitched outside and the impact was also outside. So a little unlucky as well. The Delhi batters today easily could have gone the other way had the umpires not given it out. And who knows, Mitch Marsh, the way he's fired a couple of times, if he alone, given the solid start that Warner and Salt had given.
This was the wicket.
Yeah.
This was the wicket that ensured that there was no way back for Delhi.
Yeah, but if you are relying just on one batter, that he will get you all the runs, he will take you across the line, and he will win you all the games, then I'm sorry, then you can't blame anybody. You can't say, for a team like RCB, there also most of the people, they say that this team relies only on its top 3, that is Kohli, Faf and Maxwell. Then their position on that points table is pretty much justified for them if they are just relying on David Warner. That one game, which team was it? I can't remember, where they opened with Phil Salt, and when they first tried that option, top 4 all foreign players. It
RCB?
I think so, maybe. Yeah. That was RCB.
RCB.
So
top 4 all foreigners.
Yeah. So it gave a bit of hope that this team. I agree with Harshit that maybe they were a bit lucky, or Delhi were a bit unlucky. But the fact of the matter is, all those deliveries, the batter missed the line. The batter was beaten. At least couldn't get his bat onto the ball. and you always need a bit of luck if you have to end up on the winning team. So that's been the case. Was any catch dropped for Prabh?
I have to check. I mean, I can't recollect.
Chanceless innings?
No, I think there must have been one or two close chances. I have to check whether he did get a drop.
So first, Delhi allowed Punjab to get to 167.
Yes.
Which I thought, despite the fact that one player, of course, got 100, but besides Prabh, who was the top scorer? 21.
20 from Sam Curran and
20 from
third
Sam
I guess
Curran,
was
that
extras.
A struggling 20 runs of 24.
So again, when you look at the scorecard, Rahul, I feel, you know, it gives you an impression that Delhi, again, as has been the story, I didn't see a change, let's say, in Delhi's performance today. I think very typical of the way Delhi have done all through this tournament, that the bowlers still managed to do a decent job. It's the batting that lets the team down. It didn't appear to be a above par total or a total which would certainly assure you a win. This was a gettable total. Yes, the ball was gripping, and you look at the figures for the two spinners who picked 6 wickets cumulatively. Both of them they did give away runs at about 7.5. I think Harpreet gave runs, and the other I think about 6.
4. 2 for 16.
No, not wickets. The economy, I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's decent if you are able to, let's say, score those many runs off the two spinners who were good on the day. That's fine. It's the batting ultimately that let you down, not the bowling.
Yeah.
And not for the first time has it happened.
See, Delhi, if you look at Rahul Chahar and Harpreet Brar's combined, 8 overs, 6 for 46. 6 wickets in that middle over period, from now over 7 to 15. Ensured there was no way back.
Yeah, see, on paper also, if you asked me right at the start of the tournament, which team has the worst bowling attack, I would have kept Delhi and Mumbai in the same bracket. Now see Mumbai. Now whatever their options are for them, some of their youngsters have done really well. Even Arjun Tendulkar, if you leave that 31 run over aside, and I know he has a few limitations towards the end. They don't consider him as a death bowler, but he was reasonably good in the start, in the initial part of the innings or the tournament. At least the first few overs that he would bowl in those matches that he played, he was pretty much okay. But then they went with somebody else. For Delhi, if you look at their bowling attack on paper, Ishant Sharma, he's been pretty much okay, at least the last few. At least he's getting you the breakthroughs.
Yeah.
But then, who is a bowler who you would really consider apart from maybe a Kuldeep Yadav?
The thing is, you did have Enric Nokia play a few matches. Rather, he did play.
But then they chose to play 4 foreign batsmen.
No, but then Nokia had to go back, no? Because of an emergency.
That's Nokia, as it is, he had to go. Then you couldn't fit in a foreign bowler also, no?
You didn't have you had only an Ngidi you could turn to.
He hasn't played a single game so far.
Yes, Ngidi hasn't, and Fizz of course did play, but then he's also not there in the squad now. So you didn't have options at the end to turn to. You only had the Indian bowlers you could turn to. They haven't gone back to Sakaria. They did start the tournament with Chetan Sakaria. So he continues to.
Did they?
Yes.
Yeah, a couple of games.
And again, very disappointing performances from him as well, I remember. Though Khalil again, he I think the last game he was good in terms of getting that ball to swing a
but
bit.
consistency is an
Exactly. So again, coming into this tournament, and I wouldn't, let's say, I didn't peg Delhi to be one of the worst bowling lineups. In fact, they were.
But on paper, they were.
No, they weren't. When you have a Norkia, when you were expecting a Khalil to sort of deliver the way he was delivering.
No, but Khalil was coming from a
wrist injury.
From an injury. He was it wrist? No. It wasn't. I think he had a surgery. He has a knee surgery.
Okay, I think he had both surgery. I think he had a wrist injury in the IPL of 2022.
After that, recently, he was
I would in fact say the
surgery.
Delhi bowling lineup to begin with looked just as good as the CSK bowling attack. CSK didn't have pacers to begin with. It's thankfully Tushar
To begin with, they had Deepak Chahar. They had Patirana, of course, is an inexperienced bowler, and you wouldn't know which Patirana would eventually turn out for CSK. Will it be justified to have, but CSK relied on him. And Tushar Deshpande, they got the best out of it. Out of him, he did go for quite a few runs, but then eventually he did pick up some wickets. I think he's now somewhere around
17, 18 wickets.
17, 18
No, that's
wickets.
what I'm saying.
So you have to get the best out of the limited resources,
Yeah.
because they were now left with, you have to, either you can just resign to the fate, oh yeah, we don't have a bowling attack, we can't defend these kind of totals.
Which is the thing I think with Delhi, they've surrendered on far too many occasions.
And also now they also realize that they don't see Mumbai also. What is for Mumbai, I think what is going in their favor is, they have played a couple of matches in Wankhede,
Yeah.
and their batting. I think after a couple of games, their batting seemed to be clicking now.
Yes.
And everybody has got runs except for Rohit Sharma. In the initial stages of the tournament, he did get up 50, but thereafter he's not been able to score runs. But apart from him, if you see, Ishan Kishan has got runs. Then who's their number 3? Surya has got runs. Tilak Verma has runs. Nehal Vadera has got. So you've got to get the best out of each player.
It also has to do with the culture then, Rahul, I feel.
Yeah.
Mumbai are that team that back their players, that even if they're struggling, they will back. And
Yeah,
This
I
is
think, yeah,
this
that's
is
the
where
difference,
I honestly feel that Hardik Pandya was completely wrong when he made that comment about Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings. He said that what Mumbai Indians, what they do is that they pick stars, they pick superstars. That's not the case. Mumbai Indians, they pick players who they feel can do well in future. They
yes.
groom them. And he said, Chennai Super Kings, they are the team they are the ones who actually groom players.
Yes.
It's the other way around. Mumbai, they have a this academy. They've got some very good scouts. You go out
All over the
here in the Ranji Trophy season. If you cover and go out, you will suddenly see one scout coming from somewhere, and then where is Anurag? Anyways, you'll see John Wright roaming around during these Ranji Trophy games. In Mumbai, they have somebody like Kiran More, such a experienced player himself. Kiran More was once a chief selector also.
Yes.
So you've got these experienced hands, people, minds who've been trying to figure out as to who can be the next superstar. Whereas in Chennai, they pick experienced players. This time, unfortunately, what has happened with them is that some of their players, especially the bowling unit, they're not too experienced, but they've backed them. The likes of Mukesh Chaudhary, Tushar Deshpande, you can still say that at least in the domestic scene he's been around there. And then Akash Singh was there. Patirana is fairly young. And if you see over the years, if you see Chennai Super Kings, they often say that it's the daddy's army, then granddad's army. So because they prefer to, they give importance and weightage to experience irrespective of their age. Rahane is there. I understand there's a Shivam Dubey also there, but then anyways, so that's why I think I have to decide, what do you want in your team? You want experience, or you are ready to wait for a while? Because Punjab will pick a young team and suddenly they will dismantle it in the next season, and then will again assemble a team of superstars from so many countries, and then will eventually just implode when the season begins, or by the time they realize that halfway stage their season is almost over. This time you never know, maybe this game can just give them the impetus that they need, and they might just make it to the playoffs, although it's still very difficult.
I think when you look back onto the IPL journey, I think the best of the Indian performers or the best of the young talent has come out of franchises who backed them. Shivam Dubey, for couple of years he did nothing. He was very disappointing even when he got the India call up. I mean, terrible on the field.
Yep.
Didn't do very well with the bat, with the ball either. But CSK, knowing that he wasn't doing too well in the international, still backed him, still kept him in the games, still kept him in the squad. I think that's what really makes the difference, because when as a player, as a young player who's trying to make it into international cricket or trying to make a name for yourself, if you know you've got somebody behind you,
Yep.
it lets you, gives you the fearlessness of wanting to go out there and play your natural game.
Exactly. And let us just take a look at the top three. Okay,
On a
what's
lighter note though, would you not want to name a player CSK didn't back and you were really fond of and he got picked by KKR this season?
Narayan Jagadisan? What man? Was Jagadisan really going to be that X factor that you wanted in the IPL? That is another thing altogether. But
How much did they pay for him?
Jagadisan, I think somewhat about 3 or 4 crores.
But again,
it.
I have, that we can save it for some other day. Domestic talent. T20 you can still consider them, but Ranji Trophy. The selections that we've seen for the Indian team in the last few months or years tells a very sorry story of how your domestic cricket is being run, or the kind of talent that is coming out of that domestic structure.
Yeah, I mean, look at the teams here. I mean, which domestic star out of all the teams that you look at it, the 10 teams, which Indian domestic stars have really made their impact in IPL 2023, and which franchisee? If you have to look at it, RR to a certain extent, RR, LSG to a certain extent, CSK, MI and all. Okay, MI also, the likes of Tilak.
Who from? No, when I say domestic, see,
even I was thinking.
I'm
that,
talking about Ranji Trophy. Every player wants to skip Ranji Trophy and wants to be fit for Syed Mushtaq.
Yes.
Why? Because more often than not,
T20,
usually
scouts will be
the
there.
Syed
IPL.
Mushtaq Trophy is planned. Usually, when you have during the auction years,
Yeah.
you'll have Syed Mushtaq Trophy just before the auctions, and everybody wants to be fit for that. You mentioned about which team first?
RR.
Rajasthan.
You mentioned LSG as well.
Yashasvi Jaiswal did really well.
Really well,
I
yes.
think for the last couple of years he's been doing very well in domestic cricket also.
yeah.
I think he was amongst the top run getters. I think must be in top 5 in Ranji Trophy.
Yeah.
Vijay Hazare, I don't think he played those many games. Must have played just
He
a couple
had
of-
an average of 77.
77. In fact, both
6 games. 6 games.
six.
Vijay Hazare.
Vijay Hazare.
Did he play those?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
played
yeah,
Vijay Hazare.
And Syed Mushtaq?
Syed Mushtaq,
10
he played 10
games.
games at an average of 33.
This is last year.
Yes,
Yeah,
2022.
sure.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
I'm not too sure if he
Yeah,
played.
10 matches he played, about 266 odd runs
Haan.
he got at an average
Vijay
of
Hazare.
in
Mushtaq
Syed
Ali.
No,
Mushtaq
I'm
Ali.
talking about Vijay Hazare.
Vijay Hazare was again about 6 games.
Average of 77.
And average of 77. Ranji Trophy also average of 79.
No, Ranji Trophy and Syed Mushtaq, I know.
But Ranji Trophy was about, I think, 11th or something when it comes to highest run getters. But still about 700 runs, I think
I think the Abhimanyu Ishwaran,
the highest.
who's the leading run getter
I
this
am
last season?
In
Ishwaran.
SMAC.
No.
Not
Vijay
Abhimanyu
Hazare.
Ishwaran, I guess.
Vijay Hazare highest was Jagadisan
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, he was scoring hundreds after hundreds.
5 consecutive
Five
hundreds,
consecutive
no?
hundreds.
Yeah.
So,
Anyhow, but averaging 70.
No, I'm fully
79
convinced,
rather.
I'm fully convinced
Yeah.
that maybe Yashasvi Jaiswal is that one player.
True.
Now tell me,
Mumbai Kumar
any-
Kartikeya. He performed consistently in the Ranji Trophy for Madhya Pradesh.
Okay.
how did he do?
I mean, he picked up 5 wickets. I think he had about 28 wickets in about 6 games that he played in.
Will
Kumar
he play for
Kartikeya.
India?
No. Mukesh Kumar for Delhi Capitals. He had a decent Ranji
Mukesh
season.
Kumar did decent. Priyam Garg also, I think,
Priyam
was
Garg.
okay. No, I was just looking through his numbers. I think numbers weren't that bad.
I'm sorry to say, can't even say with all due respect, but then Priyam Garg. I'm saying so many players would have got so many runs in domestic cricket in Ranji Trophy, but how many do you think will play for India or can play for India? There's one player, Abhimanyu Ishwaran.
Ishwaran,
Yeah.
yes.
He's been scoring runs for so many years now.
And also on the A tours.
He's been on A tours. He's done
Yeah.
so well on A tours also. If you ask me, I wouldn't count Ranji Trophy runs that much. But when you go, see, one of the problems that Sarfaraz has been facing is that he's been doing incredibly well in Ranji Trophy. But the moment you put him in that India A squad,
Yeah.
he's
Mellowed down.
he has
Inconsistent.
He's inconsistent. He has
He's
flopped.
completely tapered, yeah.
That's the
Even
problem.
IPL, he got good 5-6 games. Look what he did.
Even last year, last year also, he had a fantastic Ranji Trophy, but then he tapered off even in the...
900 plus runs. That's no mean feat.
Every aspect of your life, you have pros and you have cons. And for IPL, I understand the kind of talent and the kind of revenue that IPL has been generating, the jobs that it has been creating for so many people. And of course, so much talent has been unearthed through IPL. But then maybe the negative aspect is that now youngsters, they want to play IPL. They don't want to play Ranji Trophy. One domestic season, if you can play one entire domestic season, that would be Syed Mushtaq, Vijay Hazare and Ranji Trophy. A player can easily earn up to say about 25 to 30 lakhs, which is not bad.
Yeah.
Which isn't. Yeah.
And then you also have an IPL. You also have an IPL contract. If you are, for example, Abhimanyu Easwaran, now he's there with the Delhi Capitals. They tried, they have Yashdul, they have Prithvi Shaw. Of course, both have been discarded now, but they never went with Abhimanyu Easwaran as an opener. Why? And perception has a lot to do with the whether you get a game or not. Now Abhimanyu Easwaran was on that tour in 2021, no?
South Africa.
Yeah, no, England.
England. Yeah, he was.
When he was there as an opener, and suddenly somebody from the team management saw him in the nets, just got a few overs to play, and suddenly somebody from the team management calls up selectors and says that we need an opener. Selector said, you have an opener in Abhimanyu Easwaran. Said no. So now, and unfortunately, what went against Abhimanyu Easwaran was that things like these, they travel. Now everybody knows what happened there, and everybody thinks that this player, he just doesn't have it in him to excel in international cricket. He cannot be exposed to conditions, to foreign conditions like in England, South Africa. But then and you want to pick players, back players who are who've been performing in IPL.
Absolutely.
Yashasvi Jaiswal, irrespective of how many runs he scored, now that and I'm pretty sure that next T20 match that India will play, I'm pretty sure Yashasvi Jaiswal 110% will be in the squad. I don't know whether he'll get a game first up or not, but he will be there. And he should be there. I think he should be there the way he's playing, and these players should get a chance. The way they've been playing in IPL or in domestic cricket, Yashasvi Jaiswal, Jitesh Sharma, and all these players, they should get their opportunities, and we have to, because now you have a couple of years or 1.5 years for the next T20 World Cup.
July 2024.
Yeah, so 1.5, not even actually 1.5 years.
1
Just
year, 2
about
months.
13 months you're looking at.
13-14 months.
Just 13 months.
So you still have, you give them opportunities, you give them as much opportunities as you can, and get them ready for that World Cup.
Yep. This is the problem. The domestic talent that is there in all the teams, very few. And if you're looking at IPL as a springboard for India selection, it's not happening.
And also, you have to watch your steps also. Suddenly, the hype around these players after one good performance. I'm not even saying
Yes.
one good season. You have to control that also. Look at what has happened with Prithvi Shaw.
Yes.
We have an interview, not an we have an interview or a bite from his coach. He spoke, Prithvi Shaw's coach. He spoke on a lot of things, but most importantly, he mentioned about Prithvi Shaw's discipline issues and his fitness. Now, this is his coach, by the way. We've been saying it, that he has disciplinary issues, and a lot of people think that they're just against him. Now, his own coach, and in fact, he's had issues with his previous coaches as well.
Yes.
Prithvi Shaw. He's had issues with the teams that he's played for so many times. So you have to watch your steps. You have to see. That's one thing that I like about Yashasvi Jaiswal. When I see him on screen while playing and while speaking to so many people, before and after the game also, when you get to hear him, I don't see a lot of change compared to how he was maybe 3 years ago when he came out of that.
You interviewed him.
That 19 when he was an under 19 player, when he
That 2020 under 19 World Cup.
So
Shivam can tell very well. Shivam also heard your interview right now.
Where is it?
We're using it in a special story.
But don't use it. Don't use the entire this thing. Just use the
we pulled out.
So he was, at that time he was convinced. Everybody thinks that I can play for India. Gargi, she has played at least at a higher level than any of us. So even at one stage, you also would have thought that I can play for India. But how many can actually say that I will play for India, and that too on record? And so he seems to be as determined as he was maybe 3 years ago when he was just 19 or 17, 18.
Yep.
So, Prabh Simran, now you tell me what an innings today he played, Prabh Simran.
Yep.
How many of you really think that he can actually be part of that Indian team?
No, I don't think so. It's going to take a lot more consistency and effort.
I don't want to sound harsh right now, but it's come against a beleaguered Delhi side as well.
But then you score against the opponent that you get.
Yeah, that's fine. But then he had these chances earlier in the tournament as well. And that's not to say that he didn't play promising innings. I very well remember when we were in Mohali, I remember how well he played in that match as well. I think he got a 35.
The RR in the match.
The
at
RR
Barsapara.
match. So I love his intent. I love it. But again, for anyone to be making a mark or to be really slamming that door down as far as the BCCI are concerned, and we are speaking of Yashasvi Jaiswal very highly. We spoke about Rishabh Pant in the past. We spoke about Umran Malik also. That these are players who are really slamming on the door. They're not knocking anymore. But they did something. The sample size was much more. You weren't just looking at 1, 2 or 3 innings. You had seen Umran Malik crank up 150, 151 about tens of times. You had seen Rishabh Pant hit those big scissors tens of times. You had seen somebody else do something else. But again, with him, you've only seen 100 today, 3-4 innings here and there across 14 matches. Unless Punjab managed to get to the top 4 and play another couple maybe. Otherwise, in 14 games, if there's only 4 knocks that you can nitpick, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's how competitive this league is.
Yeah, and coming back to the Yashasvi Jaiswal topic that we were talking about his discipline and the way that he is. Still I hear from some of my friends who play for Mumbai in Ranji Trophy and else. And every single day they practice with him, and the stories I hear about him, I can only see a man that is so determined and so focused.
Exactly.
He comes in, doesn't talk much, doesn't hang around. Once the practice is done, he just comes, practices, goes away, is not very social. And my point is that he's so focused that he only sees cricket in his life.
So and a lot of people actually, before the season started, this IPL season started, people knew that he would do something very good this IPL season, but nobody knew that it would be this good. So I'll tell you, I don't know. I shouldn't. Somebody actually called me up, and so Yashasvi basically wanted to switch to a different bat manufacturer. So when you say bat manufacturer, the quality is pretty good. Both if you are using SG, SS, or any of those. So so I was asked. In fact, should I say we were asked? So we were asked that should we sign him? I said आंखें बंद करके इसको sign कर लेना, because he in few months or maybe in a year or two he will play for India.
Of course.
So of course paperwork was done, a lot of things were done. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So he stayed with the same bat manufacturer. So, and that too for a very, very, very good price. For a very good price. So you see, so that's why a lot of people will run after players, but not everybody gets those big bucks. So with Yashasvi, I think a lot of people are convinced, and we a lot of people might just think just like fans, but there are others who actually follow every what Gargi is saying. For example, they'll speak to they might speak to a journalist, they might speak to what do you have those brand
Ambassadors.
not ambassadors, brand consultants.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are those?
Brand.
PR.
No. You have those, for example, brand consultants. Anyways, and their compatriots, former players, the people who manage them, their teammates, the players from their so a lot goes into when you are signing a player, especially when you are paying that kind of an amount. So that way is
Manager, I think.
Yeah?
Manager.
No.
I think Siddharth got it.
We got the idea. Yeah.
For example, Prahlad Kakkad.
Okay, he is a ad guru. He's called.
Yeah, he is an ad guru also, but I think he's a. For example, Dilip Cherian.
Yeah, all those guys.
Yeah. So you also have to look at the prospects, the future prospects as a if you are signing somebody. Anyways, so Yashasvi Jaiswal, I think either you can just keep knocking on the door or you can just bring the door down.
And this is the best season that he's having, because see, right from 2022 till now, he's had a phenomenal run across formats. One run behind Faf du Plessis for the orange cap race. And remember, Rajasthan could potentially play 3 more games or 4 more games depending on the result that they have tomorrow. So this Indian talent after the end of the league stages, there will be a thorough inspection as to where our Indian domestic talent stands when it comes to the IPL. Because one thing is definitely clear. Just playing one format alone, especially one tournament alone, does not guarantee you an India cap. If you get fast-tracked, 9 out of 10 times you are bound to fail. Because Umran Malik's a classic case.
That's the reason why I was never convinced when everybody wanted Umran Malik to play for India. I was never convinced. And everybody was saying, let's fast-track him. He was already fast-tracked.
Yes.
On the basis of one season, he actually played for India. I'm saying not even for India. Even if he is playing for India A, that means he has been fast-tracked.
Fast-tracked, totally.
And now, look at him. Where is he?
Not even picked in the Sunrisers Hyderabad team on a consistent basis.
And is it only because of his performance?
No. It's been a steady decline in performances.
Is he putting in those hard yards that he needs to?
It's not been highlighted at all. That is the problem. The first signs of that fast-tracking problem came in the India A series versus New Zealand A. Umran struggled. He clearly struggled. And even in the ODIs that he was picked for in New Zealand, he struggled.
Rather than that, you he should have developed as a bowler. He thinks that I have pace and he will just bang in short and would want to intimidate a batsman. Now, when you play international cricket, those players, those international cricketers, they are used to
Yes.
playing this kind of pace. You can't just think that I can intimidate them. You need to have that length also. Jofra Archer has that length.
Yep.
You know, that is the reason why he was so dangerous, because he could get the ball to rise from a very different
That
from
hard
good
length.
length. So and it becomes very dangerous. So now, you know, you can always trouble those Indian batters who are not used to that kind of pace. But then when you go to play international cricket, it becomes very hard, especially if you don't have variations, if you don't know how to use that ball, how to bowl in the death, how to bowl because his own franchisee, you know, you have so many legends over there. Dale Steyn is there, Brian Lara is there, Mutaiya Muralidharan is there. You know, you have even Canewell.
Even
How often
VVS?
often have you seen him bowl with a new ball? What does that tell you? That tells you that he is maybe they are not confident enough, and that whether he can control the new ball or not. So with that kind of pace, you can you can be a bit wavered also.
And remember, Umran Malik's confidence was shattered by an onslaught not from a foreigner, from an Indian, Nitish Rana, in that Kolkata Knight Riders game. He's not been picked since then. So,
Communication consultant or advisor?
no.
Anyway,
I think
we've
the
gone
case
past
with
that.
Umran Malik was what happened was, since he got fast tracked,
Yeah.
people or management, to be precise, were expecting so much out of him, and he wasn't used to taking that kind of pressure. He wasn't used to bowling to those kind of quality batters. I mean, he hadn't played a lot of domestic as well.
Nope.
He doesn't play red ball
Yeah, exactly.
because he cannot last. Because he grew up playing with tennis ball.
Yeah.
So he cannot play red ball cricket because for that you need to go through excessive training and everything. So I doubt if he can play 4-day cricket.
Yeah,
Also,
and
I feel one of the reasons he was fast tracked was the
Pace.
team management's desperation to land an ICC trophy. Right now, you've tried, so many caps have been dished out over the last 12 to 18 months.
You know, this is the reason why your domestic structure is so weak. I think BCCI has a very good domestic structure.
Yep.
You tell me, okay, leave out COVID. You tell me 1 year where, you know, an age group tournament has been missed. I'm not talking about BCCI. I'm talking about state associations also.
Yeah.
You just cannot miss even a single age group tournament. Every year you have it. District tournaments, age group tournaments.
Kuch Bihar,
you know.
under 16, under
No,
19.
I'm not even going there.
Achha.
I'm saying that too is a national trophy. That's
Yeah.
a national
Bihar too is
tournament.
national.
at
I'm-
the group
Exactly. I'm talking about, for example, you come from Vidarbh. I'm saying you tell me 1 year when Vidarbh as a VCA, Vidarbh Cricket Association, would have missed a single age group tournament.
None.
Be it 16, 19, 23. So even that does not happen. So that how, you know, you have to be that consistent. But that structure, is it giving you the right products? Now, because you've been just giving these India caps to everybody,
Yes.
and that too on the basis of IPL performances, that is the reason. You know, on the basis of one season, you just asked Varun Chakravarti to board a flight to Australia.
Yeah, and Australia. Yeah.
And Australia, of course, he couldn't go because he had a broken shoulder, which the Indian team management or the selectors got to know after he was picked. And then they questioned the franchisee. They were really unhappy that the franchisee, I won't say forced him, but he played with a broken shoulder then. And then just because you thought that he is a mystery spinner, you picked him in the 2021 T20 World Cup squad. So that does not happen. You know, the occasion at times gets the better, you know, you actually struggle in those kind of situations when you are playing and see, IPL is completely different from international cricket.
Yeah.
Why? Because, for example, You're playing against Delhi Capitals. Okay, tell me the best bowling attack that you have in IPL.
I'll go with GT.
GT.
GT. Mohammad Shami, Rashid Khan,
Noor Ahmed.
Noor Ahmed.
Yeah.
and
Alzari Joseph.
Alzari Joseph, Mohit Sharma.
Mohit Sharma.
this
Hardik
is their
Pandya.
last this thing.
Yeah. This is. Yep.
And Hardik Pandya. just
Hardik
to
Pandya
add
as
to
the
it.
sixth. Yeah.
Yeah, this was their last. So in IPL, you tend to get away with the 14 games if you have to
Yeah.
play. You will get teams where you will have two foreign bowlers, two foreign players in their bowling. This thing.
Yes.
Maybe one good Indian fast bowler or a spinner also will be there.
Correct.
But then you also have two domestic bowlers also.
Yes.
You will get a Yash Dayal.
Yeah.
Okay, you will get a Mohsin Khan. You will get Avesh Khan. Avesh Khan surprisingly has played for India, and look at the way he's been bowling lately.
Very sad.
You can get away when you play for India, and you are facing a team like England. You will get a Mark Wood also.
Yeah.
You will get a Chris Wokes also.
Yep.
You will get an Adil
Chris
Rashid.
Jordan.
You will get
Ben Stokes.
Ben Stokes.
Josh Butler.
So
Johnny
there is no
Bairstow.
respite. If you are playing against India, or chalo, I'll leave out. I'll leave India here. I'm just because we are talking about IPL Indian players. For South, when you're playing, so every bowler you will get the best bowlers from one particular country. Here, Mohammad Shami is in one team. Jasprit Bumrah is in other team. Mohammad Siraj is in some other team. So you have a scope. You can pick and choose. You can target a few bowlers because you will get some youngsters who are not ready or who are not used to these kind of occasions or matches. So you tend to get away. But when it comes to, so that's why there is a massive difference between IPL and international cricket also.
Yep. So, boy, oh boy. I mean, it's a big talking point, and it'll only enhance the issue, or the issue will get more severe with every passing IPL, because the calendar is like that. So we can't help that. So, do you have any super chats?
Mirage Rules, I think I just saw Mirage Rules was saying that he thinks that Chennai and Mumbai.
Chennai and Mumbai in the top two, followed by GT and RCB. Oh, he thinks GT is going to have a tough 2 games coming up. Yep. Miraj will sing Gargi on Monvrat till RCB wins tomorrow. No, she's been very active and she has given her opinions. And RCB.
Gargi will give her opinions.
Yep.
Gargi can take this.
Do you think GT are going to face a slump?
No. I think far too many quality players to, have that kind of slump. You expect that from, I don't know, SRH, DC. You don't expect that from GT because they've been consistent in what they do.
Yep.
Right? And ever since last year, I would go that behind to say that GT has been consistent, and it is because of the players that they have chosen. They were very successful in the auctions, but also the kind of dressing room atmosphere that they have. I believe it's very different from the other franchises, and that's what keeps them going and makes them a sort of different team. It sets them apart from the rest.
And Rahul's picked an MI-CSK final. I don't know.
No, I would definitely want to see Rajasthan Royals win that title once again.
Yeah.
After 15 or 16
15.
years.
2008 they had won it. So
But I don't know. Somehow I feel that it's going to be a Mumbai versus Chennai final.
then let
Get one after what, 20?
Chalo, I think
2019.
19.
Chalo, I think we'll take a few comments. I think so many people have joined
Yeah.
us. They've bombarded us with their comments. अच्छा ठीक है, sorry भाई, Mirage Rules. We will take a few questions. Okay, change the topic. Take some comments. Dex is saying Gargi. Acha, Ikpreet is saying, I have been watching IPL for 16 years. The most pleasant moment for a while is Hardik hugging Surya as
Rahul always says we hear only one name, that is India. Good gesture, Hardik. Hope to see these moments more. This is IPL. Yeah, it was a very good moment, and I'm not GGK. I'm not taking the second part, but I'll take the first part, and I'll ask Gargi something. LSG and PBKS wins today ruins RCB's chances. What do you think?
It does ruin their chances, doesn't it? Because it does. I mean, it is a long process, but RCB will really need to step up in the next 2 games, and it's quite. I'm scared as an RCB fan because the next 2 games are with RR and GT
And SRH.
and SRH. Oh,
You're
no.
playing 3 games.
Not
No, but-
a very good
No, but
track record against SRH.
the order also I think will be important. No, in which order? First they will play Rajasthan,
Then
they are
SRH.
playing
SRH.
SRH.
And
So
then they in the
GT.
league stage.
At home.
Since we're talking about that, let's just quickly reflect on the points table as well, how it looks.
Yeah.
Actually, this is a strange coincidence that somebody.
Yeah, just go to that.
Chat.
Yeah, just
Back
go to
the
that chat.
Chat.
Yeah, so Hardeep is saying he's gone through all our live videos, and he's saying that whenever Punjab, this is their 5th.
Yeah, they're on 5th.
No,
Sixth.
sixth win.
Sixth
12
win.
points.
Sixth win,
Sixth
yes.
win.
So Nikhil has been found missing from all those live chats.
Wow.
Whenever Punjab, whenever they've won.
What an observation.
Wow. Okay, in the Punjab KKR game first that they won, yes, he wasn't there. He wasn't there in the Punjab CSK win also when they won against CSK. He wasn't there even for that.
Maybe Nikhil doesn't say this that he doesn't have a
Thing.
as a favorite team, but maybe Punjab is his favorite team, and he has realized that every time he is there, he's doing a live during their matches.
I'm sure he must have been there for the Rajasthan Royals game when Punjab won by 5 runs, remember?
Hardeep can-
Barsapara.
Yeah, he was definitely there. I think Nikhil should have been there. I think Hardeep kind of, you might have
missed-
found one email.
He was
Dex is saying Klaasen got punished for speaking the brutal truth about the umpiring.
Yeah.
You are, he was right, but then rules are rules. They have a clause, I think,
Code of conduct.
that article 2 point something.
Yeah.
So Ashwin also got penalized for the same offense.
Yes.
And Klaasen. But the fact of the matter is, yes, he cannot say, but we can. Umpiring has been pathetic to say the
Absolutely
least.
woeful, yes.
Has been very, very ordinary.
Yep.
I think the basic rule is that you cannot say anything that might shatter or whatever the faith in the umpiring unit. So you.
No, it's
you
not
can-
just. I think the clause. Might have that.
As far as I know, I think you can't say something against the broadcaster. You can't say something against
Players also.
the
Players.
players,
Yeah.
the BCCI, and of course umpiring included. So these 3-4 touchy topics,
Don't touch
you're
it.
not supposed to
Touch.
meddle around it.
Very, very sad.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
you
that's.
only expect, by the way, to call a spade, you only expect foreign players to do it. The Indian players can't.
Ashwin did.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, he's
That's why he is
Tata for a reason.
Tata.
Tata for a reason, man. He's a legend.
Wisdom.
Okay, so rule 2.8 without limitation or article rule, excessive obvious disappointment with an umpire's decision and obvious delay in resuming play or leaving AVOSO, requesting a referral offenses intended when assessing the seriousness. No, this is not the one.
Okay, so Ronak Sinha is saying, okay, Miraj rules one final super chat. What is that? What is CSK without MS and RCB without Virat?
CSK, I don't know how long. See, MS Dhoni will be there with CSK till the time I think. I think
2024.
no, not just as a player.
As a he will be there even in the dugout as a mentor,
will see,
like
yeah.
how Sachin Tendulkar is for MI. He'll be
In
there.
some
But
capacity.
Sachin is available only for the home games.
Oh, he's not there for.
I don't think he
overseas.
travels for away games.
But he's the team mentor.
Yeah, a lot of team mentors
I,
they have.
the two franchises, CSK and RCB, were branded around the whole thought
Exactly.
of MS Dhoni and Virat Kohli.
Miraj, that way you're completely right, and I think biggest fan following, if you see, I think these two, and you can also include Mumbai Indians. I think they have got a very good fan base, and KKR for so many years they don't have a star
Yeah.
in their lineup still.
Fan base is
They have a
phenomenal.
pretty good fan base.
two-time
I think it's also because of a lot of their fans come from Calcutta, from West Bengal or Bengal. A lot of people want
And
their team.
they're two-time champions.
Yeah.
All the more reason for those fans to stick together and, like you said,
Shah Rukh Khan.
Shah Rukh Khan.
Okay, has Shane ever given a reason why he likes KKR?
Because he's Bengali.
Yeah.
That's
Half
I think,
Bengali.
I think,
Half
most,
Bengali,
I think
yeah.
most of the Bengalis they are very hardcore KKR.
And that way is Dex, I'm a hardcore Delhiite, so yes, I will continue to support the Delhi Capitals.
I think Delhi, they don't have a fan base.
They don't.
Even
They
even
don't.
to Harshit also, whether they win or lose, it hardly makes a difference for him. It's just that he has to enter that this room and has to occupy one of these chairs and
have
to
a
support-
fake smile and
no, it's not
fatalistic.
No,
this
I
thing.
by
not
the
about
way,
fakes.
I by the way still in my cupboard have a Delhi Daredevils flag also. I have kept it since. So 2009, I think, was the first time I went.
I
for
have a
game.
Delhi Daredevils jersey.
Jerseys. I was very clear. Jerseys. I've only been into the Indian jersey and Manchester United jersey. Never. The IPL didn't grow on me to an extent that I wanted.
I don't have a CSK jersey, I only have a DD jersey. And who's behind that jersey? Dan the man.
Oh.
Daniel Vittori. He did play for one season for them.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But again, I will. Yes, of course, I've had reasons to not be this thing, and I've been aggrieved on far too many occasions, far too many years. But
Yeah.
I do, walk into every season of the IPL with some sort of hope and optimism.
But your pain is slightly lesser because.
My pain has now eased. There was a time I was paining and I was hurting for the first 4-5 games, but now it's fine.
Because
Now he's used to it.
now he's used to it, but
That's fine.
tomorrow the pain factor might increase because the first game is Rajasthan Royals versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. 45-46 degrees Savai Mansingh Stadium in the day. Why? I mean,
You are paid to play.
I know, and that too, heat of May, Jaipur. Are you kidding me, man?
It's fine. With all the money, go to Maldives after that. Go to Australia. after that.
Yes.
Go to Switzerland.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Although you don't play test matches at this time of the year.
Thank God for that.
I think just a couple of months ago, not a couple of months, but I think a month ago,
March.
we played
Yeah.
that test match in Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad, yeah, it was very hot.
And you're, by the way, very fortunate this time around for Delhi not to be as hot at that point of the year when you had the test match.
Yeah.
This time around, because of the western disturbances.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, that is the first game at Savai Mansingh Stadium. And the next game, if Chennai win tomorrow, they will be the first team to seal qualifying for
But
the
yeah,
playoffs.
the stakes are ever so high now. A must win for RCB tomorrow.
Yes.
Must win for RR or
RR
RCB.
as well.
Both of
So
them. Do or die game.
it
And-
really is the business end now.
And KKR can stay in it mathematically
Yeah.
if they beat Chennai Super Kings at Chepauk tomorrow.
Let's see what happens.
Anything can happen tomorrow. So that's why it's going to be action-packed Super Sunday.
Yes.
Because Virat and MS Dhoni will be battling it out in their respective venues. So let's see how it goes. But difference, okay, Mirage rules again. But difference is, am I never allowed a player to be above game?
Yeah, because we know that even Hardik wanted to captain the Mumbai Indians.
Yes.
Thereafter, we know what happened. Hardik finds himself in Gujarat Titans as a captain, but he's doing pretty well there.
Yep, he is. So after the end of the day today, let's just have a final look at the points table. And
GGK, you're right, GGK.
yes,
He's saying rules are rules, but no captain is suspended for a match due to
that will never happen. As Rahul said, it will never happen.
No, third offense will never happen.
Never happen.
I told you. Even in the first week itself, even if you have 2 offenses, if you actually are penalized for 2 overrate issues, there will be no third offense.
Yep. So Gujarat 16 still firmly on top. Tomorrow Chennai could be the first team to seal their qualifying. They face KKR. Mumbai on 14. Lucknow somehow have kept their hopes alive with 13 with a good win against Sunrisers Hyderabad today. Their next 2 games are against MI and KKR. And Rajasthan tomorrow, they face RCB. Their last game is against Punjab Kings. Fingers crossed. Rahul Gargi, it's a big game tomorrow.
So it's 5th versus 7th tomorrow.
But there's hardly any difference, you know.
Yeah, there is no difference.
Right.
Except in the net run rate.
Yeah.
And of course, they have played 1 game less.
Yes.
So
That's the
they
key.
actually are in a
Contention.
Royal Challengers Bangalore. They are in a more difficult.
that
situation.
way, yes.
Although there's nothing much to choose, but
Yeah.
But it becomes all the more important for them to
if
get that.
RR and CSK win tomorrow, then I think it's game over for KKR and RCB both. Because RCB can then only get to 14.
see the tournament, the IPL definitely wants Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians in top 4.
Of course, and if they can get RCB in that, why not?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It'll be a
Actually, it'll be a bonus.
GT, MI, CSK, RCB. Man, oh man. That'll be great.
RCB in playoffs with Mumbai and Chennai will be
Wow.
cherry on the cake.
And imagine if we get LSG and RCB in the eliminator, why not?
Chalo, before we wind up, Shivam, let's take a few comments. GGK, we've already. Samarth Jaiswal is saying
Samarth
Moeen Ali
Jaiswal,
does a
yeah.
lot of chat with MS during the match, and MS also is doing vice versa. Is it possible we can see Moeen leading the team? Can't say.
Can't say.
Thank you very much, Ikpreet. Ronak is saying, will PVKS Roo missed chances against RCB and KKR? 4 precious points. Every team this season has had some close defeats, so they can always do that.
Yeah.
Do you think if no ball review rule was available in World Cup, Nawaz no ball to Virat Kohli would have been overturned by third umpire? Was
That high full toss which he hit to
switch
and then
hit for
Virat
6.
Kohli did this.
but that
The
was not a
beamer.
no ball.
It wasn't a no ball,
It
yeah.
was not a no
The
ball.
beamer.
Yeah, the one that Kohli hit it over deep mid wicket.
Deep mid wicket
That
for
was
6.
not a no ball.
That was a 6.
That
Wasn't a no
was,
ball.
Umpire
Seriously having a misjudgment.
was under pressure also.
Yep.
So Ansh is saying PB, RR and RCB out of those two, MI all can reach 16 points. Yes, they all can. Go down. Sorry.
Yeah.
We are at the bottom.
Abiru Barua, more Najam City interview,
As
please.
in?
Do we
You want
interview him
more
more
of
often?
it?
More often.
I think Abhirup Barua.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe he's asking for something which we haven't put out.
Yeah.
Well, we would have if we could have.
And Abiru Barua, you asked about Kolkata Knight Riders chances. Are they still alive? If they beat CSK tomorrow, yes, they are. If they lose, ouch.
Yep.
Even mathematically.
But Najam City has put BCCI in a very tricky situation there. Huh?
Yep.
Because see, the model that he has proposed
Yeah.
is not too bad. Huh?
It isn't.
He's saying if you don't want to come to Pakistan, don't come. I propose this hybrid model
Yeah.
where you play 4 matches in Pakistan. Thereafter, you move to any neutral venue where you can complete the tournament with all. And also, I wonder, without Pakistan, can you actually play an Asia Cup? No, you can't.
No, you can't.
And can you play a multi-nation tournament if
Without
it is
India.
not an Asia Cup? You cannot.
You cannot.
It has to be an Asia Cup. It cannot be a multi-nation tournament
Yes.
anymore. So that also cannot happen.
Yeah.
And so, because he can whatever he said yesterday, I was just thinking, or day before yesterday, I was just thinking, what is he saying? But then it does make a bit of
Does
sense.
make a lot of
also.
sense, yes.
So he's put, because you also have to realize that now the BCCI secretary is the chairman of the Asian Cricket Council.
Yep.
So if there is no Asia Cup, this could go wrong for him also. Obviously, he wouldn't want that they don't have an Asia Cup under his leadership. So that also has to be seen. And then, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It's just an ego tussle, and they have to. Although I'm still wondering if Najam Sethi will be there as the chairman for this long.
Yep.
Because we've
Yes.
seen that often.
Plenty of turmoil in Pakistan.
Exactly. No, see, elections are due in October. That will happen in
Yeah.
October. That's fine.
No, but even when there is turmoil in Pakistan, but even affects the PCB because it's so intertwined with
Yeah.
the political
Yeah,
system.
because the patron-in-chief
Patron-
is the
president.
prime minister, and also it's a coalition government, by the
Yeah.
way. It's not just Shahbaz Sharif. Also, although it's Nawaz Sharif apparently who's been pulling the strings from London.
Yes.
You know?
Is the Prime Minister or President the patron in chief? President, no? Of Pakistan?
Prime Minister.
Prime Minister, okay.
So Nawaz Sharif is the one, and I think that could be one of the reasons why Najam Sethi was in London, because there could be other people now who would want to have that chair now from
Yes.
Najam Sethi, maybe. Zaka
Absolutely.
Ashraf. That's what people
Okay.
are saying, that there is pressure, maybe.
Pressure, yes.
Zaka Ashraf.
Oh yeah, Zaka Ashraf.
He is also very close to Zardari.
Yep.
So these are all speculations anyway.
So Love Karan Tour from the US is saying, after an average season, can PBKS rest Karan in coming games and have Rabada in? He's too big of a player to be out. Liam, Raza, Ellis, Rabada. That should be the overseas composition of
Highly
Punjab.
unlikely.
Highly unlikely, because again they did play Rabada, let's not forget, when Ellis wasn't available for a couple of games. So they made that change. Ellis was out, Rabada came in. Rabada didn't really have an impact, which is why again they went back to Ellis, and Ellis has been doing well.
Just 20.
So
Yeah,
it
I mean,
looks unlikely.
it's a very complicated situation in Punjab. I don't know whether they'll afford to rest Sam Curran, but let's see. Their next game is on the 17th against DC at Dharamshala. So let's see. But tomorrow, Super Sunday, RR versus RCB and CSK versus KKR. We will be there for all of that, from me, Harshit, Rahul, and Gargi, a very dejected Mohit.
You'll be there, no?
Yeah,
Tomorrow.
RCB, yes, she has to be there. So,
Rahul, you're in tomorrow?
nope.
Oh, no.
RR,
I'll watch
I
it
think
from-
Hardeep Singh's comment for Rahul is appropriate. Whenever RR wins, he's not here.
Oh, then.
You have missed some
All the
RR
reasons.
games.
No, I've been.
When RR, I mean, when RR lost,
No, I was there for the last game.
yeah, when that Samad 6 happened, he was there. Yep. So thank you so much, folks. Good night, and see you tomorrow for Super Sunday double header. Join us, tap that bell icon. Bye bye.